James.
Hello, my name is Mark James. I'm a magician from England. If you are ready to see some magic, let me say, oh yeah! Oh yeah! Let's do some, shall we? Friends, tonight we are going to have sleight of hand and magic, but let's begin with some mind reading. Not everybody was sure what to do there, boy. Let me explain. If anybody says anything on stage in that voice, you're supposed to go, ooh, as if the thing you heard was very exciting. We'll have a practice. This morning for breakfast I had pancakes. Ooh. Let's do some mind reading. Ooh. That's exactly it. Okay, I'm going to need a mind to read. Hello, sir. What's your name? Amnon. Correct. Yes, Amnon. Amnon, I'm getting a strong psychic impression about you already. Amnon, correct me if I'm wrong. As a child, you were much smaller. Okay, let's see if we can take this a step further. Friends, I have here what may appear to be an ordinary, if not slightly oversized pocket square, but no. It is in fact a shroud of mystery. Underneath which I'm hiding a small prediction. Amnon, would you please choose a number between 1 and 5 and say it out loud now? 4. Incredibly, it was 4. Good guess. Now don't worry friends, it gets better, but let's face it, it would need to. What I'm actually going to do is take you back in time to the golden age of magic, the American vaudeville era. Show you magic that was performed by one of my heroes. His name was Carter the Great. He came from San Francisco. And he was famous as being the first magician to ever vanish an elephant live on the stage. So tonight, at the Chicago Magic Lounge, vanishing an elephant. This is Dave. Don't worry, I know he's probably a little smaller than you're expecting, but I've been dealing with that my whole life, so why stop now? Dave goes down inside of the makeshift bag. Just checking. A wave, a snap, and Dave is gone. No. Thank you. For my next I'm going to show you one of the world's oldest tricks. This is called the cups and balls. In Spain, where it was invented, they call it tres copas y tres bolas, 3 cups, 3 balls. Anybody here from Spain speak Spanish? Give me an hola. 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 Nice to see you. Estoy aprendiendo español para 2 años. And in the 2 years I've been learning Spanish, I've discovered that Spanish-speaking magicians are some of the greatest inventors of magic that we've ever had. They invented many of the best tricks. The vanishing magician, invented by a Spanish-speaking magician, he would say he was going to vanish on the count of 3. Then it was uno, dos, and he's gone, without a trace. I know. Now in Spain, they do this trick with 3 cups and 3 balls. In France, they only use 2. Duh. But this is the American version of the trick. Who's from the USA tonight? My favourite place in the whole world. I love it here for 3 reasons. Number 1, the Cheesecake Factory. Number 2, the Chicago Cubs baseball team. This version of the trick. So friends, lean in, watch close, and try not to take your eye off this ball. Sometimes it's in my hand, sometimes it's back inside of the cup. Every now and again it is in my pocket. It will be your job to guess. Specifically, I've known tonight, it will be your job to guess. But don't worry if you get it wrong. Everybody here can hear that I speak very quickly. I also move pretty quickly, but most importantly, I also cheat. So, here's how I cheat. Check this out. I place the ball in the cup, but then I turn it over real quick to try and confuse you. Now it's hard to tell where it is. And I'm going, if you say it's in the cup, I'll sneak into the pocket. But if you say it's in the pocket, I will make that ball from well, once it's completed, I'll sneak it back underneath the cup. Now, don't worry, I did not swallow the ball. Because if you swallow a ball as big as this, it hurts. Twice. Okay, so just remember, if it looks like I take it out, that's when I sneak it in. But if it looks like I sneak it in, that's when I take it out. So I'm going to basically guess the opposite of whatever you think, because I will do the opposite of whatever I say. If it helps, pretend that we're married. Okay. I'm going to tell me where do you think the ball is now, the hand or the box? The cup. Oh, a betting man. I like your style. But try the game quick, because the rules are simple. If it looks like it's here, it's over there. If it looks like it's there, it's on top of the cup. The trick, there it is. From the cup, and you got onto that quickly. So let's play for real this time. Don't take your eyes off the book. Does he not normally blink, or is that a brand new thing? Very intense. I feel like I'm about to click play on a Netflix documentary about something. Here we go. And now tell me, where do you think the ball is now? In the hand. In other words, can't be underneath the cup, right? Correct, because this is the American version. You folks do things a whole lot bigger. There's one person, Chicago Cubs All-Star Baseball. And actually, there are 4 reasons I love the USA. The Cheesecake Factory, the Chicago Cubs, this version of the trick. But something you do that we don't do in England, and I wish we would, friends, is those free refills. And that's what it is. All the sled hand trick, and I thank you. Alright, the big question, what shall we do next? Well, I was planning to show you this, and now that I have, let's choose the next trick. Here I have 4 potential options. My 4 favourite tricks in the whole world are written on the backs of these 4 cards. We only have time to do one, so I'm not going to ask you to make that decision for everybody, as we've gotten to know each other so well so far. Your choices tonight will be this or that. Who can choose this or that? What difference would it make? You could also take a look at yours. You may be tempted to take a look at mine. I wouldn't blame you. As I'm sure you can see, mine is quite a bit bigger than yours, but don't let that influence just the way the cards fell. Which one would you like, my friend? Mine, okay. By mine you mean the 4th one down, not yours. This one here. Okay, great. You've chosen mine, which means tonight I will perform a card trick. It's exciting for me, kind of disappointing for you guys, honestly. It's good. You could at least pretend to be disappointed. I'm right here. Alright, I'll take the jacket off. But no. No, there's a chance. Okay, we're going to do a card trick, but I'm going to show you a historical piece of magic. So in order for this to happen, I want to light it like they used to back then. You've probably seen pictures of old theatres where there were candles around the front edge of the stage with mirrored shelves behind them. They created what we call the footlights. So I'm going to ask you folks at the front and the second row to become the footlights by taking out your cell phones and turning on your flashlights, please, and facing them this way. You will be my impromptu footlights tonight. If you've never used your flashlight on your cell phone, I don't know if you know this, but there's a few ways you can do it. You can say, "Hey Siri, Lumos." That turns it right on. That's the Harry Potter version. That's pretty good. Or you can just ask Siri the regular way. Lots of ways to do it. But if you've got a cell phone that's got a flashlight, please turn it on for me. By the way, give me a wave if you have an iPhone. Anyone have an iPhone? Have you updated your phone today? Have you done it? It's incredible. The new removable flashlight. You just take it right off and throw it back. Oh, it's so good. You can do it for a distance. You can do it behind the back with any of the legs. I love this! You give this a try yourself. Just take it off and back on. I don't know how to use it for battery, but I think it's pretty fun. I'm going to keep that one until later. Okay, if you've got your flashlight, actually, I'm going to need that. If you've got your flashlight on, please face them towards me at a low angle. That would be fantastic. And I will need a deck of playing cards. The trick that I'm going to show you is over 100 years old. It is called the Thurston 5-card trick, and it doesn't actually need a full deck. It just needs 5 cards. Now, Howard Thurston is another one of my heroes. He came from Columbus, Ohio, and he was famous as being one of the first magicians to perform card magic on the stage rather than in the parlor or the drawing room as you've seen close up to your tables tonight. Now, how he did that was by elevating the trick from down here to up here. Here's how it looked. The magician takes a single card at arm's length, but with a wave causes that card to vanish. Then with a second wave makes it reappear to a small smattering of applause. be honest, nobody wants a smattering, so a good magician would make that card vanish. They would prove it was truly gone before bringing it back a second time. But here's where it gets really cool. We have 5 cards, so watch close. Let's vanish that one. And then we go a little further and add on 2, each card melting away into mid-air until we come to the final, number 5. Number 5 is by far the most difficult because it needs a magic word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Abracadabra should do. Check this out. Abracadabra quite literally means I create as I speak. The things I say become true. That, friends, is 100 years of sleight of hand. So anybody could learn this if they were willing to have had no friends as a child like I was. Let's try something else. You may return your flashlights back to your pockets, please. And I'm going to head out into the 2nd or 3rd row and ask you folks, do you have anybody out there that's always wanted to join the magic show but never had a chance? You pointed right here. That's good volunteering. Hello, my friend. I'm going to say no, absolutely not. But that's okay. Don't worry, you don't have to come on stage. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. What's your name, my friend? Moses. Okay, Moses. We'll have you choose your birthday card. Why not? Moses, I'm going to ask you for your 3rd favourite card, if that's okay. That's a strange question, but the balance of probability is that I have to ask you to choose a card. You'll choose the Ace of Spades, or the Queen of Hearts, or the King of Diamonds. So let's keep it interesting. Choose something that I could never possibly know. The 7 of Diamonds is such a great choice for such a weird reason. I'm going to show you guys. Look at this, right? Take a look through this deck. I want you to have a real. You guys can see it close up. Every card is there, but the 7 of Diamonds isn't. And Moses, I'll tell you why. Tonight, I came into the theatre. I stood right here. And as I was standing here, there was nobody in the room but me, and I had my eyes closed. And I tried to imagine what the show would be like. I tried to imagine where you would all be sitting, how you would react, the things that you might say. And tonight when I came out and I asked your name, it was exactly what it was in my imagination. So strange. And then when I asked did somebody want to join in, I imagined they would join me from here. And in Moses, I imagined it would be you. And I was so sure about the card you would choose that I took it out of the pack way before the show started, and I put it in this pocket. And it's the only thing in there. The 7 of Diamonds, right? Incredible. But there are 3 kinds of cards. Most to be honest, did you believe that was your card in my pocket then? You did, thank you so much. If you're free tomorrow, I've got a thing I'd love to invite. Do you know what a timeshare is already? Now, Moses, you were right to believe in me. My dad once said to me that if a man can learn to flip a deck of cards with one hand, he can do almost anything, and that's why that card in my pocket genuinely was your 7 of Diamonds. The secret is kind of fun. As soon as you tell me the card, Moses, what I really do is I look through the deck very, very quickly and I find it so fast. I know where it is. Once I've found the card, I make it look like the card is just hidden away with all of these other cards, but at some point I secretly sneak it back into my own hand. I know. Then once it's in my hand, which magicians call palming, I give a gentle squeeze to move the card from here to there, which is about 12 inches. Now, once the card... Let's not get close. Now, once the card is there's 12 inches, it will be taken hold of underneath my sleeve by a highly trained team of arm hairs. Those arm hairs will carry the card all over my sleeve to the shoulder. Then chest hairs will take over. Yes, bro, chest hairs. Carry the card all the way across my chest. Then a second set of arm hairs will lower Moses' 7 of Diamonds down the sleeve and into the pocket. The only part of this trick that's difficult is making the 7 of Diamonds invisible, which looks like this. And we learned that just a few moments ago in 1915 from Howard Thurston. Remember, 1915, for those of you who aren't from Europe like me, is 7:15 in the evening. Now, once the card that's a joke about 24-hour time for my friends, yes. Welcome to 2026. So the card has completely vanished from the deck. And the reason it's vanished is that right now, Moses, your card is making its way up my sleeve invisibly. Look, there it goes. It's at the shoulder, it goes across the chest. I learned that at drama school. Thanks, Mum and Dad. Actually, in case you're wondering, my parents have no idea I'm away doing this for a job. I was too embarrassed to tell them. They think I'm in prison. Anyway, the card goes across the chest, down the sleeve, lands in the pocket. Could it be? Yes, there it is a second time. The 7 of Diamonds! To our 3rd and final card trick for the night. And for the third and final card... Sorry, just give me 1 second. It's the 70 diamonds! There's a souvenir from the show! Nobody ever took that before. That was the new. Thank you so much. Okay, let's have one more trick. For this last trick, I need to have one more card chosen. Hello there, what's your name? Ariel. Ariel, would you please reach in here and take out any card that you want, Ariel? Any card you want. Just reach in here and take out any card, Ariel. Ariel, what the hell are you doing? It's this one. No, I'm kidding. Let's make it a mystery so neither of us have any idea what the card is. There you go, maybe you can't see it. There we go. Okay, good. The Jack of Diamonds, how are you doing? No, I'm kidding, I'm sorry. Take out a different one, anyone you want. We'll be serious this time. Ariel, you take a look at the front, I'll show it to everybody else. Make sure you remember everything about it. Don't forget what the back looks like too. That's going to be well, that shit works in England. Help me out, come on, friends. Ariel, one more time. Okay, remember only this card. Take out any one that you like. Show it to everybody. Don't let me see. I'll face this way. Ariel, have you looked at the card? Is it still facing the opposite way? Okay, good. Check this out, friends. This is what we're going to do. You can take Ariel's card, put it somewhere towards the middle. But I know that you probably don't believe me. So, Ariel, do you know how to shuffle the deck? A little bit, okay. Give us the best shuffle that you can, please. That way, there is no way that I can cheat. I will be completely away from the deck. No cheating, no sleight of hand, no funny business. Let me know when it's shuffled. It's good? Okay, here's what we'll do. Once you finish shuffling, place the deck on the edge of the table there. I'm going to come back over, still shuffling. That's good. Wow, this is going to be really, really difficult to find. In fact, Ariel, I'm not sure that I'll be able to, so instead I'm going to call in some help. This is going to be like an old detective mystery. We're going to get into character. Detective Dobson. I was in my office one night thinking about the strangest day, the strangest case that I ever had. The case of a missing playing card. I'd woken very early that morning. So early it felt like dawn, but I was wrong. It was Susan. I looked around the room, the curtains were drawn, but the rest of the furniture was real. Listen, this isn't about to get any better. There was a horse's head on the pillow and the light was on. So strange, I don't normally sleep with a light on. And who would? Well, light sleepers, of course. It makes sense, right? Light sleepers sleep with a light on. I'm a hard sleeper, so work that one out for yourselves. A lady burst into the room. She opened the door in her pajamas. I thought, wow, what a place to have a door. She thanked me for a wonderful night. She told me I was the most well-endowed man she'd ever met. I think she was pulling my leg. She asked me to meet her at the bar that night, so I agreed and she left. There was a sleeping pill on the side cabinet. I woke it up. Later that day, I headed down to the office. When I got to the office, in walked a lady whose name was Ariel. Ariel asked me if I was on a case. No, I'm really this tall. Let's see if I can find this card the old-fashioned way. We have one deck shuffled by you, every card in there somewhere, except for the card that was given away a little bit earlier, but the rest of them are there. Let's see if we can find this thing. Ariel, what was your card, please? The 8 of Hearts. Check this out. The 8 of Hearts. So that's it. I would like us all now to take a trip together. We are heading to a very unusual place. That place is known as the Sideshow. Now, if you do not know what the sideshow is, allow me to explain. It is quite literally a show that lives at the side of the main show. But in this case, the main show is the circus, the Great American Midway. See, for over 100 years, incredible circuses traveled all across the USA. And at the side of them went the sideshow, a place where you could see all sorts of incredible acts. But they weren't acts, you see, they were just people. But they were people that were born different. You've seen them already, of course, if you've seen The Greatest Showman, all about P.T. Barnum's Great American Museum, and the folks you will find inside. There they are, and there it is. And when I talk about the folks inside, I'm talking about people like JoJo, who is known as the dog-faced boy, or perhaps even Annie Jones, the world-renowned bearded lady. Or maybe even Myrtle Corbin, the four-legged girl. So known, of course, because she had four completely separate legs. Sometimes you would even see entire families in a sideshow, like the Stiles family, whose son, Grady Stiles Jr., pictured right there in the middle, grew up to be known as the Lobster Boy, performed alongside Joseph Merrick, who many of you will already know as the Elephant Man. Now, being born different was not the only way to make it at the sideshow. If you were willing to learn unusual skills, you too could hang out with people as cool as this, and that was my dream, a dream I shared with a young boy called Eric Weiss, who grew up to be known as Harry Houdini, world-famous escapologist. See, back in those days, you could buy a ticket to all sorts of things. Autopsies, operations, you name it, you could see them live. That's why the place you have an operation is still called a theatre. No kidding. Now, my favourite sideshow performer, his name was Melvin Burkhart. A regular guy with a regular name, billed as the anatomical wonder. He would hammer a 7-inch steel nail into his own face through the nostril. Sounds kind of gross, right? You want to see something kind of gross? Okay, don't panic. I'm not about to hammer a nail into my face. But what I will do is show you a whole bunch of strange and unusual sideshow stunts that you must never ever try at home. Except this first one. This first one, all you need is a spoon. It's a stunt so silly that you'll think that it's easy the first time you see it. It's basically this. That's it, turning over a spoon inside of your mouth. But when I tell you, you have to do this without using your hand. And without opening your lips, it becomes kind of impossible. The person who invented this had a split tongue, like having two tongues in her mouth at the same time. She could do all sorts of incredible things. One of them was this, and I will attempt to replicate it for you now. This playing card is to help you see the spoon as it turns. Let's give it a quick go. It's much easier with a fork. Don't worry, I do still have the spoon. It's just in the sideshow you have to keep your eyes peeled. But ouch, even that is disgusting. Now, my favourite kind of performing in any circus or sideshow has always been the animal act. And whilst I don't travel with animals, oh, I like it. I do like it. So I'm going to make an animal for you now and teach you to do some tricks. The wrong end. I always use my mouth. Once you get in a double act, you just can't get it up, right? Okay, this is going to be a stunt poodle, but this stunt poodle needs a name. My friend, would you mind choosing a name for a stunt poodle? Turtle. Turtle the stunt poodle. Quite confusing for him, but that's fine. Okay, well, Turtle the stunt poodle starts out like this. I mean, technically we all do, but let's not get into that. Turtle is 2 large ears, a short neck, 2 front legs, a little body, 2 back legs, and as Turtle is a poodle. That's Turtle. Okay, Turtle's going to do some tricks. Turtle, are you ready? Okay, good. That was me, he doesn't talk. That would be ridiculous. Okay, Turtle, stay! Turtle, stand still! I don't know how much you pay to get in here, but I bet it feels like too much, doesn't it? Turtle, roll over! Okay, one more. Turtle, you have to step it up. Turtle, sit! Turtle, beg! Turtle, lie down! Turtle, play dead! sure what that is, but I know it's not supposed to have that bit on the end. So that made me feel very good. Let's see what else we can do with the balloon. Okay, here we go. Now friends, I know you've all heard of sword swallowing, but I'll bet you've never seen it done with 21 inches of balloon. Told you I've been in prison. Okay, let's try dangerous sideshow skills. It is, of course, now time for some fire eating. If you are quite near the front for this tonight, it could well be the only part of this experience you remember. Don't worry, it won't go wrong. Not 2 nights in a row. Okay, friends, extinguishing these torches using only my mouth. The most important part of this is getting your mustache out of the way. I'm going to try that again, hopefully for a slightly bigger round of applause. We made it thrills and spills, exciting entertainment. So let's try it one more time. Except this time, for one night only, I will attempt to eat both torches at the same time. Twice the pain, twice the flame. Don't anybody try and stop me! Okay, quick impression. Statue of Liberty. No, wait. My favourite singer, Jerry Lee Lewis. My goal tonight to show you as much magic as possible. And once we only have time for one more trick, I'm going to attempt to show you 2 tricks at exactly the same time. 2 tricks at exactly the same time tonight. The idea is very simple. You can see here on the table we have a bottle and we have a can of Coca-Cola. What I'm going to do is make this bottle vanish from here and reappear instantaneously right here where the can is standing. This presents a problem because of course the can will be in the way. So at the same time we'll make the can vanish from here and reappear there where the bottle is standing. Effectively, it is a transposition, but it is 2 completely separate tricks both happening at the same time. You like that? I can do it again. I've got another one. I can do this all night. Okay, 2 tricks at once. In the tradition of magicians throughout the ages, you've all seen a magician change places with their assistant under the cover of a clock. You've seen one playing card change place with another. Under the wave of a hand, I will make this bottle change place with this can. And this can with this bottle under the cover of these 2 tubes. We have number 1 tube, number 2 tube, and if you want to learn the secret, it's probably on YouTube. Here we go. We'll cover the can with 1 tube and the bottle with the bottle. Okay, Okay, so any chance some of you didn't see that? Okay, let me explain. When you do tricks with breakables, it's a good idea to have a spare. So this one is only here in case that one gets broken. I'm sure you understand. Here we go. Watch close, they're going to change places, which hasn't happened yet. Unless you forgot where they were, in which case, ta-da. This trick will only work if the ball and the can are the same distance apart as they are from each other. It's perfect. If you work that one out, let me know. Okay, watch close. Change! Friends, the ball and the can change places. But this trick gets even better as I change it all the way back. Look at that, it's a miracle! Comedy is a gift, but don't worry, I've kept the receipt. Sometimes I can't actually do this. But that's just a trick, so we'll get it this out. You cover the ball with one tube like this, sorry, extras, breakfast. You understand by now. You cover the can with the other. They change places provided you get extra. You know, it's the tube that's confusing me. What I need is just one, because what's happening is the can is becoming the ball, and the ball is becoming the can. And if the can become the ball, then surely if we stop this tube, will not stop the ball from becoming the can, provided you have an extra ball. And I do. I know what you're saying. You say, Mark, that's all very well and good, but how do I know? It's the same ball and the same can. Well, it's a good question. It's all really a matter of quantum physics, which, by the way, I'm something of an expert in. I should have actually been in London right now giving a lecture about quantum physics. But you can't be in two places at the same time. So, that was a quantum physics joke. Thanks for being there. So, what do we have? Sorry, I should have known that one was going to be there. Okay, let's try. Okay. What we have here is a bottle. Over here we have a can, but crucially, the bottle's got a handkerchief around its neck. So if they still change places now, we'll know something really spooky is taking place. A really good magician would be able to get rid of that and perhaps even make them switch all the way. There it is. Hey, you know what? I've got an idea. Tonight is a special night. We're in Chicago. I want to do something special. It's the last show of the week, my last chance to hopefully impress and entertain you folks. So here's what we'll do. We'll try a quick trick with the yellow handkerchief. Check this out. I want you to watch the handkerchief closely as I squeeze it right here. And I make it vanish into the air, where it flies up there onto the balcony. It goes across the mezzanine. It comes down the stairs. It comes down across the back row, across the middle row, snaking through feet, making her way through this row, that row, all the way down here, and it stops right here. What's your name, my friend? Will. Will, you are about to be the most blown away person in this room by quite some distance. But I want everyone else to know that we didn't set this up, right? You had no idea what was going to happen. Not a clue. Okay, Will, that handkerchief flew around this room and genuinely landed inside of your right pants pocket. Will, stand up there, everybody, too. But it didn't stay there, Will. It carried on around. Sorry about that. Will, don't feel bad. You believed in me when nobody else did. It reappears right back here, just where I wanted it back. So, now that we know we've got the same bottle, the same glass, the same can, the same everything, the trick is how quickly can I really do this trick? Well, it's all a matter of perspective. Is it a can and a bottle, or is it a bottle and a can? Is it a can and a bottle, or a bottle and a can, and a bottle and a bottle and a can? It's the same thing, it just looks different depending on which side of the table you are standing. And honestly, it works because of the spare. It's one there, one there, one there, one there, one there. And that, friends, is the bottle and the can trick. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for coming. I've been practicing magic for as long as I can remember, since 8 years old. I practiced for 10 years. For 10 years, nobody ever told me they thought magic was cool, but I kept going. And then when I was 18, I met some other magicians, and I found out that magic is not cool, but that's okay. They told me about a place a person could go to a magic show and people would actually want to see it, and that to me sounded impossible. And it became impossible because they added, by the way, it's called the Chicago Magic Lounge. Impossible to me because kids who grow up in England do not fly halfway across the world just to do magic shows, let me tell you. So when I found out about this place, it was a dream, but now it's a dream come true. Thanks for watching, everyone.